thanks for talking to the Accountancy Ireland podcast. In the February issue of Accountancy Ireland, you've written a big feature on proposals from Europe that affect the future opening up the audit market. From your position in the Institute, where you're trying to represent the views of the members of the Institute, it's quite tricky at the moment, isn't it? Because there are some differences in views about these proposals.
Yes, I think that's a fair comment. The piece that I've drafted myself is attempting merely to present a factual summary of what the Barnier proposals, as they're called, contain. If one reads then the contributions from various other members of the Institute in that article, you will see that there are differing views, different points of emphasis on certain of the proposals that Europe have set out. And those views, or those issues, would include joint audit, mandatory audit firm rotation, and perhaps the provision of non-audit services. So it does present the Institute, I think, with a difficult task in terms of presenting a view to government and to others on the proposals. And of course, the silent population in this debate so far have been those members who are purchasers of audit services, in other words, members in industry, those who are finance directors of public interest entities, etc. And it's important that their views are also reflected quickly on some of these proposals. But I think there are some issues and areas where the Institute can formulate a common view. For example, the proposed content of the statutory audit report, which becomes much more granular under Barnier, and indeed future enhanced roles for audit committees as well, for example. So there are some of those more technical issues where I think it should be easier for the Institute to form a common view or a view that reflects the wider membership opinion.
You referred there to the members working in industry, the purchasers of audit services, and I know that there has been a Future of Audit working group going on, but if there are people in that across different industry sectors, I guess, listening to the podcast, who are interested in finding out more about the proposals or who have views on the value of the audit or on rotation or whatever, how do they go about contributing that into the process?
Well, I think in the first place they can contact me at the Institute directly, or indeed the Institute President John Hannaway, who is very interested in this particular issue. So initially that's where the contact should be made. We do intend to try to be visible on these proposals as they wind their way through the European process, and hopefully Accountancy Ireland will contain further information on what we're doing as time goes on over the next 12 months.
And you talk about them winding their way through the process in Europe. It's a big consultation, isn't it? What kind of time frame, or what will happen?
Okay, well, as far as Europe is concerned, it's no longer a consultation. The consultation phase was the publication of the EU Green Paper on this issue back in 2010. What has happened now is the Commission has considered the responses to that Green Paper and has come out with a draft regulation and a draft directive. And what happens now, as far as Europe is concerned, is that those documents come to be negotiated between member states at European level. The European Parliament will also have a view and will also give its formal opinion on the proposals, probably not until this time next year. I think in the meantime, the Department of Jobs, Enterprise and Innovation here is intending to consult with the Irish stakeholders on the Commission proposals, and I think that will happen soon, and I think it will happen quickly.